Well, good evening and welcome to another Tasty Tuesday. Today's Tasty Tuesday, a little bit different. We're doing something from the Basque region up there in the Pyrenees. It's a potato and green bean soup. I've been asked by one of my subscribers to make this as it's their favourite dish, so why not, I thought, and it looked quite easy. Basically it's potatoes and green beans with some bits and pieces in it, but apparently it's one of those recipes that's greater than the part of its sum parts, if that makes sense. No, you know what I mean. It shouldn't taste as good as it does, basically. So let's go without any further ado and have a quick look at the ingredients, see what we're playing with. So we start off, we've got 1.5 pounds of very finely cut up baking potatoes. Baking potatoes because you want them to kind of fall apart and thicken the soup. We've got 1 pound of my favourite runner beans or green beans, depending on what you want to call them. We've got the bacon. Now, normally you would be using bacon, but if you're a vegetarian like me, I've used a bacon substitute, which I'm told is delicious. So we'll see how that goes. As everything else, garlic goes in everything, including the bath water, so plenty of garlic. So I'm using onions as well. Now the recipe doesn't call for this. If you Google Basque potato and bean soup, it doesn't say onions, but I like onions. It also doesn't say peppers. I like peppers, so there's some peppers there. Add to this, you'll have salt and pepper to taste. So what I'm going to do now, it's in stages. We're going to cook the potatoes. I have a pan of water boiling away over here. So we're going to cook the potatoes till they've started to soften. Then we're going to add in the green beans. And then while that's doing its thing, we're going to stir fry all this lot, which then gets added into that lot, which gives you the soup. So let's get across to the cooker now and start cooking. Okay, so here's the water. And into that, I'm going to put some salt, which I'm just grinding up here, and then I'm going to bring that back to the boil and add in the potatoes. So they've all gone in there now, and we'll put the lid on that, and then we'll come back a little later when that's boiled up. So you join me again about 15 minutes later. The potatoes have been boiling in the pan here. I'm just going to take the lid off. Let some steam out. The water's starting to turn a little bit milky, as you can see there. That means the potatoes are starting to, the starch in the potatoes is starting to break down, which is what we want. So I'm going to give that a little stir. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in the green beans. And put the lid on that. And then it's a case of waiting about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, by which time the potatoes will be cooked, the green beans will be cooked, and we'll be ready for the next stage. So, while that's cooking, we then need to start on the other ingredients. So I've got a pan here in which I'm going to add some olive oil. Yeah, so we're using rather a lot of olive oil here, as you can probably see. This is because the oil in here, together with the ingredients, will be tipped into the soup and form part of the soup, which is the other reason why I'm using extra virgin olive oil. And that's coming up to temperature now. So what we'll do is we'll add in the garlic. Do not overcook the garlic. It's not what you want to do. And we'll add in some onions. You want this to gently brown, you don't want it to burn. That's doing nicely, see that's softening now. So I'm just going to add in the bacon bits. This is when it starts to smell really good, when these go in. So we've got the pan here which has got the potatoes and the green beans cooking away. That's the main body of the soup. And over here we've got the garlic, we've got the onions, and we've got the bacon bits sizzling away quite nicely. What we'll do is we'll just add in the peppers like so, and stir those in as well. As I say, the original recipe, which you can look up online, doesn't call for the peppers and the onions, but take it from me, it improves it no end. It gives it a bit more depth of flavour. It gives it a little bit more, I don't know, it gives it a little bit more something. What's just happening there? That's all doing nicely. That's almost ready to go in now. We'll leave that there. All going nicely. These are boiling away. Soup's doing nicely in there. So we're just going to leave this and we'll come back when it's all ready to go. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've cooked the ingredients. These are ready to go. The soup is ready to take them, so I'm just going to take the lid off of here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this saucepan here and remove all of its contents into here. So we'll just stir this in here now, and then this continues to boil away for a little while longer. All these ingredients in it, and it will slowly become a soup. Smells absolutely delicious, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to taste this one tonight. So I'm just going to leave that in there for a few more minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll have another look at where we're at. Okay, see you in a minute. So I believe the soup's ready. It's looking good. So I'm going to turn it off, put some in the bowl, and let's see what it tastes like, shall we? This smells so good. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this. Go. So, I've been told that in America, where they eat this dish quite a lot, the garnish, if you like, or the finishing touch for this is a large knob of butter. And I'm also told that when you get given this, you stir it to make sure that all the mash breaks down inside. So let's just do that, stir that in there. Now I'm going to be told later if I've got this right, because the person who asked me to cook this, it's their favourite meal. Well, second favourite meal after enchiladas, which I've already done. So it looks a bit hot, so I'm going to taste this very carefully and let you know what I think. Here he goes. Oh yes, that's nice. It's You can taste the potatoes and the green beans. This bacon stuff that I've used works very well. As I normally, people will put real bacon in there, but that's not for me. But that is delicious. I've got some left over in a pan here. I promised Amy, who I'm doing some videos with, that I would take her some of this and let her taste it. So that's going to cool off, that's going to go into a Tupperware dish, and I'm going to sally forth and see what she thinks of it. Because it's all right me cooking this stuff. I could go, oh, it's delicious, it's lovely, and it could be horrible. So I figure a second opinion. And thank you very much to Marcus and Jade next door, who very kindly commented that the mess that I gave them last week, which should have been a cheesecake, was actually delicious. They put it in the freezer and solidified it again, which I didn't have the time to do obviously on camera because it had melted. But they put it in the freezer and apparently it was delicious. So there you go. You don't just have my word for it, it was tasty. And you can see that down in the comments on that video. So again, if you'd like me to cook something that you like, or you've got a recipe you would like to see done, maybe ballsed up, maybe not, who knows. In the meantime, I'm going to go and eat this. I've got some bread here. I've got some nice big chunks of cheesy bloomer, which I got from one of the supermarkets today. So I'm going to have that and dip it in. And then I'm going to go and make this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next week when we cook something completely different again. Bye, thanks for watching.